call on you, Coach.
Thanks. First of all, I thought the fans were fantastic today. Third straight home game, noon ball game. Ball walk was energetic, was awesome environment for our players running out today. Thought the people that showed up were into the football game early and did a great job, so appreciate that. Thought the team did a lot of the things that we were asking them from the previous week. Thought they still played with great effort and energy, in particular defensively, special teams. Thought we played cleaner, way fewer penalties. Thought we handled that the right way, and then were able to take care of the football for the most part during the course of the game and defensively forced 4. Did a great job there, and so thought we took some positive steps there. There's a bunch of plays out there offensively that at some point we're going to have to take advantage of. Obviously, the level of competition is going to step up next week. Our players are excited about that opportunity. Big challenge for us as a program, but we got to make some strides here in the next week.
Questions? We'll start with David, and then we'll go to Jimmy.
Josh, when you talk about the level of competition, when you go 4 of 5 on 4th downs, are you happy that you converted 80%, or are you upset that you had to have so many?
Well, glad that we converted, right, in those situations. Some of it, just what we were playing in the situation, there were some setup plays that I didn't think we did a very good job on 3rd down. Would have liked to convert on some of the passes, a couple of runs that we didn't pick up what we should have in those situations. At the end of the day, glad that we converted on the 4 out of the 5. The other one's open. We got to find a way to connect on that one too.
Josh, how would you assess the play of Hendon Hooper?
Some real positives. Decisive, accurate at times. Did a good job using his feet. At times, the turnovers can't happen. There's some plays in the pass game from in the pocket. You see wide receivers behind, the secondary again, and we're not connecting on those. Got to at some point make those plays.
Vince, then Wes.
Josh, how important was it in your list of things you wanted to accomplish today to get a lot of guys some playing time and meaningful reps?
Talked about it as a staff on Thursday before the staff went out recruiting in the afternoon on Friday. Just having a plan that if the game unfolds in a way where we get an opportunity, want to reward the guys and get some of our young players some meaningful snaps and reward everybody on our roster if we could. I thought in all 3 phases got an opportunity to let some young guys get some opportunities out there, which I think is important.
Josh, I know that obviously the quarterback keeping in running it, that's a part of y'all's running game, but when the quarterback's not running it, just with the backs, are y'all just not getting as many hats on hats as you want, or what's the positive?
It's a combination of everything at times that we can be cleaner in the run game up front. And when I say that, I'm talking about the tight ends as well. And at times, they're blocking it really clean. We're not maximizing it at the running back position either. I thought there were a couple plays today out on the perimeter and inside the core that we can do a better job of our pace and being able to come out of it and use the blockers in front of us. But it's everybody together, so we got to get better.
To the middle with Eric and Adam.
Josh, did you come into this game looking to accomplish target in on a few specific things offensively and defensively? And if so, what were those?
I talked about it last week. The first thing is just our lead up in the process that we go through in kickoff, and I'm talking about Monday through Friday, but certainly I felt like the last 48 hours last week we weren't as good as we needed to be in our mental approach and how we did everything. I thought we took some strides there. We're not where we need to be as a football team. On the field, creating turnovers, taking care of the football on offense. The penalties obviously were a huge issue a week ago. Those were 2 big factors that we recognized after the ball game with our team. Were points of emphasis coming into this one. Some positives as far as growth in this football game.
Do you know what the identity of this team is, what you're best at? And this early, should you know that?
Well, I think we're playing with great effort and energy in all 3 phases of the game. We're not playing clean enough on the offensive side of the ball. Some really positive things that we've done defensively, creating negative plays, getting after the quarterback. I think you continue to evolve as your personnel changes too, and then your matchups, and you got to be able to protect the guys you need to protect as you go through a football game based on who you're seeing, and be able to take advantage of matchups.
Austin.
Which has 3 straight games where you guys running wide open. You're not going to connect on some of those plays, but is it?
You guys could see that too?
Yeah. up the right plays and executing part of it?
Not really. At the end of the day, it's about 11 guys playing together as one, and we're at a point where we should be able to execute those things at a higher level than we did in the first 3 games. Week 1, there's an anomaly, a little bit different structure than what we were going to see week 1 in our offense. Week 2 just didn't connect the way that we're capable of. We got to grow out of that, and you guys have heard me say it. Our players have too. We're in a race against ourselves to get them as good as we can, as fast as we can. We got to get better quickly. Big opponent, as far as the test next week down in Gainesville.
Yeah, Coach, really solid day for the defense here. How key is it for their confidence heading into Florida getting these 4 interceptions today?
I think it was big for us as a program. You guys have asked that question a bunch. How are you going to, force those things to happen? And it happens because you apply pressure on the quarterback. It happens because you get your hands on balls. When you have opportunities, guys make plays. Today you saw some of those things, and you got to continue to rip at it and force, fumbles too. And to me, one of the things that we stress is just playing harder than your opponent. And if you do that, eventually good things end up happening with the ball. We had some good things happen today. Going to have to continue to do that as we go through conference play.
Patrick, then Mike.
Coach, how close was Joe to being able to play today? And if he's healthy, is he your starting?
Yeah, he had some opportunity to work with us during the middle part of the week. At the end of the week, just didn't feel like he was going to be ready. I think the next couple of days will be big in his rehab. See where he's at when we get on the field on Tuesday.
With Joe out for most of practice, what were the reps like? Did Hennon take all of the reps with the ones, and what did you think what Harrison did?
Yeah, he took them a majority of them, probably all of them. Harrison took a bunch of the 2 reps. Might have been a drive or 2 where they swapped, but for the most part, Hennon took them all.
Back to Jimmy.
Josh, you mentioned that before Pitt that the last 48 hours you weren't where you needed to be, but you got better. What do you mean specifically by that?
Just our mental approach, keeping what's important from our players' perspective. That's as detailed as I'm gonna get right now.
Wes.
Gosh, I know there's a pretty long list of guys who didn't play today for whatever reason or weren't available to play. Could some of those guys have played if it were, maybe a tougher opponent today?
At the end of the day today, just didn't feel like it was the right thing to do with each of those guys on an individual basis, for today and for the long haul too.
Adam.
You could be beating your chest after a 56-0 win. Do you feel it's important to hold a high standard? You are picking out the number of mistakes.
I think it's really important that our players enjoy every win. Coaches too. It's a hard game played by competitive men, and you play it 10 times, it's going to unfold differently every time. So absolutely enjoy the win.
Jake, sorry.
For me, I'm going to transition to the following week pretty quick today, and our players need to do that too. There's still controllables out there that we need to be a lot better at as a football program.
Jake, then Ryan.
What did you see from Bayless today, just how he sparked you guys in different passes?
Thought he did a great job with the ball in his hands. As a returner, big plays. I think he housed one right that got called back. Might have been the first one in the ball game for us. Thought he was really pretty sound as a decision maker back there as a returner on punt returns as well. Close to coming out of a couple more. Wide receiver, huge play. Where he goes in down the sidelines. He's a guy that's just has the ability to make plays for us. His experience is helpful for us, and that's when he's playing outside or in the slot offensively. He's just got to clean up a couple of things, and I say that having said that to him, this past week and in the locker room today too, that continue to clean up the operation so he can play as fast and as clean as he possibly can to help us be the best offense we can.
2 quick things. Was Paxton dealing with an injury, or what was it?
Just one available today.
And do you have any idea if he'll be back next week, or is that?
I anticipate him being back next week.
And Solon Page also, just what about his, have seen that?
Yeah, huge, great pick from him, an opportunity to take it into the house. a veteran guy that to me has just continued to compete, and maybe early was a little bit skeptical of us and who we were going to be and what we're about, and are we going to be consistent in what we say inside of our program, and those are going to be our actions. And I say that from a coaching staff perspective. Has great buy-in, through spring ball and through the summer, and has earned the opportunity to play and is playing at a really high level.
Eric?
Josh, with Hendon, was the pace where you wanted it to be for the majority?
Our pace isn't anywhere near where it's capable of being. That's guys ball in his hands, being more efficient with it. It's our skill guys. It's the offensive line. It's quarterback too. That's just a part of us playing a lot cleaner, and that's not the only thing. There's a lot of things. So we just got to continue to grow and demand a lot of ourselves and the guy next to us on the offensive side of the ball to play at a higher level that we are capable of playing at.
Jimmy and Vince?
What did you see from Byron Young?
Without watching the tape, in what I was able to see, athletic, causes issues off the edge. I thought he pushed and pressed the pocket well at times today. He's one of our best pass rushers, and we missed him the first couple of weeks. Having him back today and in the future is big for us.
Josh, what specifically did you see in Harrison Daly in his
I thought he did a really good job. I thought he was efficient, had his eyes on the right spot. Excuse me. On some of the run pass stuff, he made the right decisions and got the ball out of his hands. Thought he escaped a couple times and picked up one and was close to picking up another with his feet too.
Coach has time for one more. Right over here.
Does the health of the offensive line concern you at the moment? I know that Heupel has not been able to play since his injury in week 1. And
You guys know the health of the offensive line will always concern me, let alone this year, right? We need Coop to get back. We need our guys to be healthy for us. At the same time, I thought a couple of guys that got an opportunity today did a good job. Dane, Ollie, and some real positives out of them as well.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Have a great day.